What's up? Typical autistic metalhead here, back with another list. I've got the top 13 albums of the 1980s, 19 metal albums of the 1980s, that is. And you might think that's a short list for the 80s, a peak time for metal music and the formation of metal music. But these are just the albums that have stuck out to me the most within the 80s. I gravitate towards a lot more stuff from the 90s, the classics of the 90s and the extreme metal and such, and there's still, of course, extreme metal albums that came out in the 80s. But I just picked 13 that have stood out to me the most and at this point in my journey through metal music and have had the biggest effect on me, and just me thinking of general things that I feel like have been influential to the progression of the genre in general. And so I've got 13 albums here, and I've got them in alphabetical order by the album name, as usual. And I'm going to just jump right on in here. The first album, and that is Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness. Classic death metal album, came out in 1989. Classic Florida band. Just legendary band, Morbid Angel, killing it. Early death metal, fairly early death metal, and just done so well. They'd been a band for quite a few years at this point. Had scrapped their original first album, and this ended up being their debut officially. And just killer album. Just so had that thrashy edge to it, and but brought in that more brutal and satanic lyrics that would be the start of death metal and what death metal is. And just fucking amazing band. Stone cold classic right here. Super influential. One of the best to ever do it. Classic of the Florida scene. That's all I really got to say about that one. Next, one of my favorite metal albums of all time, the one that started me out in metal, will always be super special to me. And that is Metallica and Justice for All. Got into this when I was a kid. My dad showed me this probably second or third grade, showed me songs off of this album. And that's when I got into metal music and knew I liked metal music and I wanted more of that. And this album is just fucking amazing, man. It still has kind of that it's just really just heavier than some of their it's from some of the earlier stuff. It's a little bit more slowed down in parts, and just has that great distortion of the guitars, and just I don't know, I just love this fucking album, man. It's just excellent musicianship, just perfectly well done. When I see this album artwork, it's just so exciting to me. I just fucking love this album. The way Blacken comes in, man, just it's oh my god, just hearing that, just the sound from this album will always bring me back to when I was a kid, and it just has that, it's so fucking awesome. And of course, you've got the popular song One that got really big. It's still an amazing song. The Shortest Straw is one that really stands out to me. I love that fucking song. Harvester of Sorrow, Frayed Ends of Sanity, To Live Is to Die, just 10 out of 10. Fucking love this album, man. Just never misses. I still love it to this day after getting into so much deeper into metal music and extreme stuff, and this just will always do it for me. It will always be so special for me. I just love this album deeply with all my heart. Just fucking amazing shit. One of the most popular metal bands of all time, but that shit is awesome. Next, we have Pestilence, Consuming Impulse. Another debut album by this Netherlands band. Really amazing, just early kind of thrashier death metal sound here. Just another fucking great debut, a great fucking band that stands out to me, and it was one of the ones I got into pretty early on when I got into death metal and just extreme metal in general. Album artwork is so fun and awesome. It's my wife and my best friend are always kidding around how this is such a disturbing cover. It's so one of the most disturbing covers I've ever seen. No, there's some, it's always just a joke, but My wife always, like, if we see it, we go outside, like walking, like you see on the sidewalks, there's a bunch of ants coming out like a little like crevice down there, and or like Pestilence, and we do that with the band Pissgrave as well. But like when we see something disgusting or revolting, it's Pissgrave. But really great album, really great band. Really love Pestilence. They're sick, and I need to listen to this one again soon. I might fucking throw this on after this video, low key. So sick shit. Next, we've got Mercyful Fate with Don't Break the Oath. It's up there as one of my favorite traditional heavy metal albums of all time. Super influential band, influenced black metal with the Corpse Paint and King Diamond, just doing his thing with his fun, fucking goofy, fucking vocals. Talking about Satan, loving Satan, and just an influential, like, especially just like to metal in general, just amazing heavy metal here, done so well, very comforting sounding to me. And then just like the aesthetic of like the Corpse Paint and the satanic themes, progressing more extreme stuff later on, and fucking awesome band, awesome album, probably their magnum opus, and Melissa's amazing too. But the early Mercyful Fate, fucking awesome shit, man. Next, got Slayer, Rain and Blood. What can be said about this album? It sounds like if it wasn't for Tom Arya's thrashy vocals on here, singy, high-pitched vocals, like clean vocals, this could pass as a death metal album. So fast, intense, in your face, brutal. Fucking awesome, like always doing it more brutal than the other thrash bands, especially the big four, and just fucking awesome, man. Love their aesthetic, just love the brutality. I've like known the songs Raining Blood and Angel of Death since I was a little kid, and but the other stuff was like a little too heavy for me when I was a little kid. As Slayer, like I was a little bitch boy still, but it was planting that seed for me to get into shit later, and fucking love this album. Definitely paved the way for brutality and influenced the shit out of some extreme metal too. Came out in '86. Fucking awesome shit. Highly just beloved band. Awesome shit. Next we have Bathory with The Return. Bathory was one of the first more like, it kind of introduced me more to some extreme music. I was like got into it around the same time. Of course, it's more thrashy, like black thrash, first wave black metal, but the influence cannot be denied with Bathory. Like amazing. Corthon was an amazing musician, just killed it out the gate. Like yes, it was like the early album, the first album was probably more like thrashy, like had more thrash elements to it, and this still has thrash elements to it, but it still brought in those more like intense, raspy, demonic vocals, like that word with the more aggressive vocal style. And the band from Sweden, and this is the album I probably won't come back to the most with Bathory, and just ahead of their time, influenced death and black metal, second wave black metal. Just such an influential band, and just really fucking killed it, and it's just one that stands out a lot. Bathory is just awesome. Next we got some more heavy metal here. One of the most well-known metal bands of all time as well, and that is Judas Priest. Their album Screaming for Vengeance. I feel like this is a great like kind of mix in between like what would come later, like with Painkiller, but it also has like that connection of their like early stuff, like my personal favorite album by them, which is not Screaming for Vengeance. It's oh, why is it slipping my head right now? I can't think of it right now. It's the red album with the like chrome guy on front of it, with the thing going through his head and shit. I don't know why it's slipping my head right now. I'm like tripping. But it just has like that like kind of like classic rock kind of like sound to it, more in like the 70s stuff, and then like it gets faster and more intense into the stuff that came later. And they're such a great band of like progression. Like they've been around for so long. They even like experimented with like stuff like more 90s style shit later on down the line, but basically always stayed to their roots of heavy metal. And they're a fucking sick band. This really is just like a great like in between album, like shows like their progression from the years, and like moving in like into their next stage, I guess. And it's just a great fucking album, and Judas Priest, fucking awesome. But it's fucking killing me right now. What the fucking name of that fucking album, man? It's fucking Stained Class. Like, come on. Like, why? I just had to look at the LP real quick. I'm just like, my brain is completely drawing a blank for some stupid ass reason. But Stained Class, probably my favorite Judas Priest album, I'd have to say. This shit is so fun. Next, we got Napalm Death with Scum, their debut album. I just got finished reading a book called Choosing Death. The improbable probable history of death metal and grindcore. And Napalm Death was a huge topic in that book, huge band that was talked about in that book a lot. And for great reason. I mean, they influenced the shit out of those early death metal bands, and were just going fast and brutal at the time, and it really just like in the tape trading community just influenced so many things. And that's why the Florida scene started happening. It's why Carcass was around the same time with this, and it's just fucking awesome. Like and that would be an honorable mention for this list, I guess, would be Carcass's Putrefaction. I think that came out like 89 or something. I could be wrong, but this pretty ahead of its time, fast, brutal. Everybody wanted to be as fast as Napalm Death, and just like really changed the game. This was like I think the first half of this was like from like one of their first demos, and then they like added on the second half to like release it, and it was Earache, one of the first Earache releases ever, and just started the ball rolling. And then they started doing more stuff, lots of lineup changes, but they're still doing it today, man. They're still going out and touring and shit, and their influence cannot be denied. Just early grindcore, just really killing it, changed the game, influential, awesome band. Next we have Autopsy, Severed Survival. I pulled the booklet out. I also have I have this CD of this compilation, but this cover's fun too, but this is the one I always associated with, and the one I like more, so I want to hold this one up. But Autopsy, Severed Survival, really influential to me, especially. I really just loved this when I first got into death metal. Just another amazing American band. Just like fucking sick, just straight up like death metal, bringing that nastiness along. So they're just a fucking amazing band, just straight up perfect death metal. One I've come back to a ton over the years, and just one of my favorites of all time. Just really always stand out to me, and it's just amazing shit. Next, another very influential band, and that is Possessed with Seven Churches, and just a very influential album as it is. Looked at as the first death metal album ever created back in 1985. It's a band from California. They are just super influential. They've really brought that, like, they took that thrash and they took it up to the next extreme level to officially call it death metal, and they like kind of coined the term death metal, like, oh, black metal and speed metal was taken, so they created death metal. And the last song on here is called Death Metal, and that was just like the big turning point for extreme music. Just go to the next level. The satanic image, the blood, the inverted crosses, and blasphemous shit, and just the speed and intensity and brutality to it. Just took it to the next level, and it's just the beginning of death metal right here. And this is like an album that had to grow on me a bit over the years. Like, it's one I didn't come back to much. Like, at first I was like, oh, I want the more brutal stuff, and this doesn't sound as brutal to me. And now just like I've liking to come back to these things with like my knowledge and stuff that I've gained over the years, and just going and appreciating stuff from like what the influence was, and just like appreciating it for a different reason, and just like loving metal all around and all these sounds that it creates. But Possessed, Seven Churches, Influence Cannot Be Denied, amazing fucking band, ahead of their time. Change the Game. Next, another of my favorites of all time, one I've gone back to a ton over the years, and that is Obituary with Slowly We Rot. It's their debut album, came out in 1989. Florida band, killing it. Once again, I have the CD. This is the booklet of the CD, but I have it's like a double CD, so I wanted to show this cover, of course. It's a compilation CD, which is pretty cool. One of my favorite CDs I have, actually. It's probably be in my the next few of my CD collection videos, so I'll be able to show it off really well. But this is one really influential to me, and probably my favorite Obituary album. Obituary and Cause of Death, Slowly We Rot and Cause of Death, are very interchangeable for me, though. They're very just amazing classics. Just can go hand in hand, and love this band. Just super, super awesome, straight up death metal, Florida death metal, just super big for me. Just God, just love it. Just love the sound they create. Just love fucking death metal. Love old school death metal. It's just some of my favorite shit of all time, and this is one of my favorite albums of all time. Just fucking awesome shit. Cannot be denied. Next, this is a special album. It'll keep being special to me into the future, I am sure. It is Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. This is the album that finally made traditional heavy metal click with me. I was always fairly close-minded to it. I always wanted to get into it. I'm like, what's all the hype about? Everybody loves heavy metal. Why do I not like it that much? And why do I never gravitate towards it? And then it finally clicked when I was just this album just made it click for me one day, and I was just God, this is actually really fucking awesome, really fun. And I was just metal doesn't have to be 100% brutal and insane all the time. There's so many different levels to it. That's what makes it awesome as a genre all around. It's the variety of it, and this is just so fun. And I had, of course, heard Iron Maiden some stuff when I was a kid. I'd played one of their songs, Guitar Hero, and they're just of course their image is huge, it's really ingrained into popular culture, the Iron Maiden stuff. But I still feel a lot of people would know what Iron Maiden is, but they wouldn't really know any of their songs or any of their albums specifically. And I just feel this is their magnum opus, and this is one that just really, it's really hard to pick an magnum opus from the one through the that 80s run when Bruce began. And I like the first two albums too, but before Bruce. But this album just really stands out to me, and it's just a core Iron Maiden album. Just wraps up everything what Iron Maiden is. The nerdy lyrics, the concepts, the vocals, the amazing musicianship. Everything is here in this full package, and just cool album artwork. Eddie on all the covers and shit, and just fucking cool. They just have this trademark image to them, and they're just a really fucking cool band and super influential. Cannot be denied. Just amazing metal band. Last but not least, we have Terrorizer with World Downfall, another grindcore band that was around the times kind of coming up with Napalm Death. But they're an American band. This Napalm Death, of course, was British, and this Terrorizer band, I believe they started in California, actually. And then I remember they kind of broke up pretty early on before they had even released this. And then I know the drummer ended up playing with some other Florida bands. I think they even played with Morbid Angel, the original drummer of this band. But sick fucking death grind, a mix of death metal and grindcore. Pretty much kind of Napalm Death, but it's a little bit different, and sounds more just a death metal album, but it's faster and just has shorter songs and stuff. Kind of that's grindcore edge to it, and just a fucking sick band, sick album. One I've gone back to a lot over the years. One of my favorites when I first got into more extreme metal and such. So this will always be a special one to me. I love the album artwork, and there's just sick bands, sick death grind, and early shit. But yeah, that's my list, my 13. The best 13 albums of the 80s, in my opinion. My favorite 13 albums of the metal albums of the 1980s. The 80s was a huge time for metal progression. There's a lot of stuff going on in the 80s, and just music progression in general. There's so much stuff going on in the 80s with music, and it was a very diverse and just like influential time, and time for experimentation and taking it to the next level. And yeah, but that's my list. Hope you guys liked that. Comment down below what you guys, some of your favorite albums of the 80s. I know I missed a ton of shit, and but like I said, these were the ones that have had the most effect on me at this point in my life and my journey. And I'm sure it could change over the years. Maybe I'll make another one in 5 years or something, going back like a different number of albums and see what stands the test of time. And yeah, but like I said, let me know, comment down below. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.